Guys, this is wild. WWE Hall of Famer and hardcore legend Mick Foley just dropped a political message, and not just for anyone, but for his fellow Hall of Famer, none other than Donald Trump. That's right, Mr. Sacco himself has entered the political ring, and the internet's blowing up. So today, we're diving deep into what Foley said, why he said it, and how the WWE Universe is reacting to this unexpected crossover between wrestling and politics. When you talk about legends in WWE history, Mick Foley's name stands tall, not just because of the brutal matches he's fought, but because of the heart and honesty he's always brought to the business. From his days as Mankind, Cactus Jack, and Dude Love, Foley has always been more than just a character. He's been real, raw, and fearless. And now, decades after falling off the Hell in a Cell, he's still not afraid to take a fall, this time, into the political ring. Recently, Foley took to social media to post a message directed at his old WWE Hall of Fame classmate, Donald Trump. The tone, honest, bold, and completely Foley style, straight from the heart. Now, if you're a longtime WWE fan, you already know this: Donald Trump isn't just a former U.S. president, he's also part of the WWE family. He's in the WWE Hall of Fame, class of 2013, right alongside Mick Foley. And of course, who can forget Trump's appearances during the Battle of the Billionaires storyline at WrestleMania 23, when he famously shaved Vince McMahon's head in the middle of the ring. That moment made history, a mix of entertainment, ego, and business genius. But today, the ring's different. It's no longer about body slams or promos, it's about politics, values, and the legacy that connects two very different Hall of Famers. Mick Foley's message wasn't some random post, it was heartfelt. While Foley has always been known for his positivity and kindness, he didn't shy away from calling out what he felt was wrong in the current political climate. Without resorting to insults or drama, Foley's message reminded fans, and maybe even Trump himself, that influence comes with responsibility. In his post, Foley expressed concern over the growing divide in America and hinted that public figures, especially those as powerful as Trump, need to use their voice for unity instead of division. That's pure Foley, the same man who once used his voice to speak against bullying, for children's charities, and for the betterment of humanity. As soon as Foley's post went up, fans from all corners of the wrestling world started reacting. Some praised him for being courageous and using his platform to promote empathy and awareness. Others, especially Trump supporters within the WWE fandom, fired back, arguing that Foley should stick to wrestling and stay out of politics. But let's be real, Mick Foley has never been the kind of guy to stick to the script. That's what made him special. Whether it was falling off a 20-foot cell or cutting emotional promos that left fans in tears, Foley has always followed his conscience. And this time, that conscience led him to speak his truth, even if it meant ruffling a few feathers. For those who've followed Foley's career closely, this moment isn't surprising. He's always used his fame for causes he believes in. Over the years, Foley has spoken about social issues, equality, and compassion. He's a strong advocate for women's rights, mental health, and anti-bullying efforts. And beyond wrestling, he's been a successful author and storyteller, someone who understands that words can have just as much impact as steel chairs. So, when Mick Foley speaks, people listen, even if they don't always agree. Trump's relationship with WWE has always been, let's just say, unique. He's hosted WrestleMania events, appeared in major storylines, and maintained friendships with Vince McMahon and his family for years. But after stepping into politics, that connection took on a different tone. For many fans, seeing two WWE Hall of Famers, Foley and Trump, on opposite sides of ideology feels surreal. It's like watching two legends in a tag team match that turned into a showdown. But that's the world we live in, where entertainment, politics, and social media all collide in one giant arena. While Foley's post was his own, it didn't take long for whispers to spread in the locker room and online among other wrestling veterans. Some wrestlers respected his courage, acknowledging that Foley has always been one of the most genuine human beings in the business. Others stayed silent, choosing not to step into the political ring. But Foley's post reminded everyone that wrestlers aren't just characters, they're real people, with real beliefs and real emotions. And sometimes, those emotions spill out in unexpected ways. Despite the debate, one thing everyone agreed on: Mick Foley is one of the most beloved figures in WWE history. The same man who gave us, "Have a nice day" moments is now using his platform to remind people to actually be nice. His humor, humility, and compassion have made him a fan favorite for decades. When fans saw his post, many commented not just on his political stance, but on the respect they still hold for him. "Foley's always been real," one fan wrote. "Even if you disagree with him, you can't hate the guy." In a way, this story is about more than Mick Foley or Donald Trump. It's about how WWE, a world built on storylines, heroes, and villains, mirrors real life. Just like in wrestling, people take sides, react emotionally, and follow their favorites. The ring may be scripted, but the emotions are very real. And Foley, as always, is reminding fans that behind the personas and the rivalries, we're all part of the same show, the human one. Mick Foley has done it all: three-time WWE champion, hardcore icon, best-selling author, stand-up comedian, motivational speaker, and now, a man using his platform for good. His journey has always been about resilience and truth. Whether it's standing up after a brutal fall or standing up for what he believes in, Foley's story is a lesson in courage. Even when people disagree with him, they can't deny his authenticity. That's what makes Mick Foley not just a wrestling legend, but a human legend. For the WWE Universe, this moment is a reminder that heroes aren't always confined to the ring. Sometimes, they're the ones who speak up when it's unpopular. Foley's message might divide opinions, but it unites people in one truth: that kindness, honesty, and courage still matter. And in a time when the world feels divided, it's refreshing to see a wrestling legend using his voice for something bigger than himself. So what's next? Will Donald Trump respond? Maybe, maybe not, but one thing's for sure: Mick Foley's words have already made an impact. Whether you agree with his views or not, you've got to respect the guts it takes to speak your truth in front of millions. At the end of the day, Foley's message isn't about politics, it's about people. It's about being decent, compassionate, and brave enough to care. And that's something that even the most diehard wrestling fan can get behind. So, what do you guys think about this? Did Mick Foley go too far by sending a political message to Donald Trump, or do you think he's right to use his platform for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more WWE stories, and of course, have a nice day.